Hello, I'm Tristen, and happy to be here at Sonic Cathedral for WNXP. This first song is about a wildly emotive woman who falls in love with a statue. Ossified, tempered and cool blue, he's looking at me so confused. His ticker, a monolith, bewildered by a tear. So unfazed, flat and unknowing, he's angry with me just for showing a red thread of wild emotion punch drunk by my mood. What good is a heart if it doesn't bleed? Is he stuffing it down so tight he can't breathe? What good is a heart if it doesn't keep that hanging on and shining to show you inevitably the sadness you don't wanna feel? Totally sober, cold and unfeeling, he shudders when I start revealing my weakness, and when I need him he'd rather hide away. Stuffing it down so tight he can't breathe. What good is a heart if it doesn't keep that hanging on and shining to show you inevitably the sadness you don't wanna feel? You could lead the blind to that levee deep inside, but he won't have the tools. You'll be an alien in a foreign land again. Ossified, tempered and cool blue, he's looking at me so confused. His ticker, a monolith, bewildered by a tear. Ossified, tempered and cool blue, he's looking at me so confused. His ticker, a monolith, bewildered by a tear. All right. This is Buddy Hewen on the guitar, Andy Spohr on the drums, and Linwood Regensburg on the bass. This next song is about how it can take a lifetime to see something in yourself that others can see in 5 minutes. It's called Complex. I'm a drag to be around. I've got enough secrets to drown you. Overweight with hate, unaware of what I've become. The extreme human being that you love. I got a complex. It's complex. I don't know why I act this way. The thing trades. I got no hopes, but I've still got dreams. This isn't what I thought it would be. I got a complex, it's complex. I don't know why I act this way. The things I do, the things I say. I really love you, I wanna be with you, but I'm so scared. You can have your way until you get in my way. You can have your way until you get in my way. You can have your way until you get in my way. I keep trying to find peace of mind where I don't belong. It's not easy for me to be wrong. I'll take it on you. I remember every bad note we played, every great mistake we made. Oh, I got a complex, it's complex. I don't know why I act this way. The things I do, the things I say. I really love you, I wanna be with you, but I'm so scared. You can have your way until you get in my way. You can have your way until you get in my way. You can have your way until you get in my way. I've got a complex, it's complex. I don't know why I act this way. Things I do, things I say. I really love you, I wanna be with you, but I'm so we're gonna do one more, and this one is this is about this is a lullaby or a song that could be sung at a funeral. until it saves. Let me fly away a grain of sand into the sea. Mouth of darkness, clear my way until it eats, until it says good night. Says good night. Say good night. Say good night. Good
Hey, it's Celia here in the Sonic Cathedral at 91.1 WNXP with Tristen, a friend, a neighbor. Finally, welcome up into this cool space, and thanks for singing here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's good to host you 9 months after your record came out. It was our record of the week last summer, and I still love Aquatic Flowers. Those songs still move me, especially that closer, Say Goodnight. Thanks for lulling us to sleep, even though we have lots of work day left.
I'm sorry.
How are the songs feeling? I guess you have gotten to play in front of people. I know there have been some hiccups with touring and stuff just because we're still in this thing. But how does it feel to play those songs in the last 9 months, to actually engage with fans over them?
You know, it's really great because this record, I feel like, because we kept it so simple, all of the songs on the record really could be done with just Buddy and I. So then when we have the luxury of having bass and drums, it's just so nice. And we've been playing together with Linwood and Andy for a while. So it's kind of easy in a great way. And I don't know, like everybody just getting to play has been really, really exciting. And I think that there's just a newfound kind of gratefulness around getting to do that and having it, work out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Well, and because it's been that long, I know you've still been writing. You've been writing haikus.
Oh, God, yeah.
You're a poet, but also a songwriter. Looks like willing to collaborate with others. Did I see that you're also, you signed a publishing deal to be able to...
Well, yeah, yes, I have a home for that, which is with Domino Records, which is amazing, and like a wonderful home that feels really comfortable and like a place I'll be for a while. But yeah, I mean... For me, like I collaborate with Buddy, my husband, at home, and we make the records together, and then we collaborate as a band. And so for me, like that's actually the fun part of music. So a lot of writing is by myself. I do co-write as well. Like I wrote that Vanessa Carlton record, and I do, I write with people around town. But I mean, that's really the fun part of it is collaborating for me. There was a time when I was like fiercely independent in my younger 20s, but I think that's just like a lack of understanding of how music really is magic, when you get a group of people together and you're all playing together and, great things happen. So, collaborating. And really the funny thing about that record coming out, it feels like a lifetime ago because it was 9 months ago. And honestly, we're making a new record now and we're going to, we're already on to the next thing just because of the way the pandemic worked. We just... couldn't tour and couldn't kind of we could in the little pockets we toured, but we just sort of felt like let's just keep moving forward with art and being creative, and that's kind of when your hands are tied in one area, you just kind of refocus and you evolve and do something different. So that's kind of where we've been. And so we're just at home working on that.
Well, the luxury of being at home. I remember you telling me it's such a game changer to be able to massage an idea, but I think you said you don't want to overcook it just because you can, and you can just pop down, right? And just go over and over and over and ruminate. So are these songs just pouring forth with this new record?
I think they're... The thing for me is interesting, and I talk about this a lot, like music has become, and writing has always been pretty natural for me and easy for me. And so I think as I get older, what I'm always working to do is have like the inspiration, because I'm not as self-centered as I was, where I think everything I'm thinking is great. And so as you get older, you sort of have to feel like, wait, is this even really worth it? So you don't want to like spend time making things too complicated either. You have to kind of capture the inspiration. But where we're going with this record is kind of like I write things, or we write them, Buddy and I write together, and we record it and kind of get it to a good place, and then we move on. We're not coming at it. We did kind of go through a lot of the old stuff that never really made it, and we found, I think, like 5 or 6 songs that we felt like those are great. We should just figure out a way to do those. So we're going to do some of that. But, I mean, if I sit down to write, I can write a song. I mean, it's just always been that way, so...
That's so funny you mentioned old material revived, because I was going to ask you, both as a business owner who makes old things beautiful and find new homes and Anaconda Vintage. I wanted to know if musically that's sometimes inspiration comes back around to you, and things that are left on the cutting room floor from past records like have a new meaning after some time has passed.
They do, because I think that sometimes like even, so part of the pandemic, I started doing Patreon and putting out like old demos and kind of fun behind the scenes stuff. And so I think about that stuff a lot. And Buddy and I really went through all the hard drives. I found like 15 hard drives and there's a bin, and we just started kind of going through to find old stuff. And we found a great like B-side from my second record that we just mixed after 9 years. We finally mixed it, and I say we, meaning I didn't mix it. Buddy mixed it. He did that.
Shout out.
So there was that, and then also we found some songs that we took to sessions for Sneaker Waves, but that somewhere along the sessions they just kind of got twisted and. We went back to the demos on those, and we're like, oh, these demos are great. So I think the thing now for us is really we don't have a demo phase that's too separate from making the work. So once we dive in, I might like do a voice memo of the song to have a record of it, but I'm not doing a full demo and then 7 months later going into the studio and trying to reimagine it with a band. And so, there's just kind of, we're really right now, like at the phase we are with like this being a 5th record, we're kind of just trying to flip things on their heads a little bit and approach things from maybe like a drum idea first, and just kind of make sure we're not doing the same thing again.
Yeah. Well, I love that. Well, speaking of the same, you've lived in Nashville for a while. You've seen a lot of change, and you're actually part of that change, saying goodbye to Mercy Lounge, playing a show at the end of April here in Nashville. So I hope folks can come out and see you, especially in that special space. But any sort of parting words for Mercy, or just the changing Nashville landscape in general?
Well, I think that's just a part of getting older, and it is saying goodbye. And, John Bruton emailed me, he said, I'm retiring, Mercy Lounge is closing. Will you come play a show? I'll be in the front row crying, And I was like, I'm going to be 6 months pregnant. Do you think this is a good idea? And I thought, you know what, for this special situation, I'll go ahead and do it. I'll get like a giant cloth just to wrap around me. I'll be a ghost for it. But now, I guess, that place is really special, because when I first moved to town in 2007, we used to go to shows every night and play shows all the time, and we had a crew of bands, and everyone was playing a show like one night or the other, and we used to do the 8/8ths there. Mm-hmm. And so Buddy and I met at an 8/8. That was how we met. So we have like, a whole 4-year sort of era, 2007 to 2011, where we were there all the time. Mm-hmm. And so I'm kind of just traveling down memory lane, like looking at old YouTube videos of us and my friends' bands, and hopefully we're going to recapture some of that at the show. But yeah, I mean, it's really special. I'm coming out of hibernation to do this show, and I'm doing it for John, and I'm doing it for the Mercy Lounge, and just kind of put a little cherry on top of a legacy, of supporting local music like the Mercy Lounge has. So
yeah. Well, thanks for doing it. Thanks for investing in your local scene, musically and otherwise. And thanks for coming to the Sonic Cathedral to join us.
Thank you for having us.
Can't wait till the next batch of new songs. We'll have you back.
Okay.
And I'll hold the babe.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.